Hey guys, Colin here. Today is the 5th day of the Dungeoneering series, and last night I recorded this floor. It's an occult 5-man, there's no SL, and I will be keying this one. And this one's very special, and I'm quite the fan of this one, so hopefully you guys get as much amusement out of it as I do. So luckily for me, I ended up having 4 friends online on my friends list of awesome people to dunge with. So I PM'd them all, and what ended up happening was we did one floor before, but then when we went to go to the next floor, we realized one person was done all their abandons, I was done all my occult, and then one person was done all their warped, but everyone wanted to do another floor. So I just decided to sacrifice my XP and do another occult without prestige. But then what I said I would do is I just suicide it, just so we could get, just for the sake of getting a good clip in. The old record for the fastest occult that I've managed to key so far is 16 minutes. And this one, it comes pretty close, but we don't make it, and we'll see why in a second. Also, this is going to be a first, because instead of speeding this clip up, this is real time. This is 1-for-1 ratio, there's no 130% speed, and that's, again, to show the most hilarious thing I think I've ever done in this game. But for it to be hilarious, it's going to require a little bit of background information. Yesterday was my birthday, so I took myself to Best Buy and bought a Bluetooth adapter, because I brought a brand new Toshiba Satellite i7, great laptop, had no issues with it. However, it wasn't Bluetooth enabled, which I thought was bizarre. I went in and talked to the guys at Best Buy, and they said, hey, yeah, for some reason this one doesn't come with Bluetooth enabled. But about 3 months before I bought this laptop, I bought myself a Razer Arachi, which is a mouse. It's a great mouse. It's a laptop gaming mouse. It has 5 functionality keys, so I can set up hotkeys, so like the F1s to F5s, whatever. And if you watch the vids, I don't click on prayer. Let's say there's just one button. I just click on my mouse and it switches to my prayer book. We get trolled at the start of this floor because we can't really. We just keep getting all these 90+ crafting doors, and only one person had 90+ craft. I see that Cheese has a 5-stat gate, so I asked him to MGT, and then this is where all hell breaks loose. There's a little bit of confusion because I think Knight thought I was talking to her, but I was actually talking to Cheese to MGT. And when you reset the mouse from wired to wireless, it changes the DPS, and then this happens. I misclick because I guess the DPI is a little more sensitive than what I was used to, and I X-log. Yeah, this is how you key a sub 20 floor. You X-log out 2 minutes into the floor, and of course JX will not let me just live this one down. No, they won't load, so I'm stuck with this black screen. The client won't load. I'm like, what are you doing? I go over, I check. Yeah, no, it's RuneScape, and it's just black screen. So I'm like, oh, I'm not letting these guys down. I let them down on the last floor. I absolutely screwed up a maze. I pulled the lever, but there was a key inside the maze, so I was like, okay, I gotta get the key. I go to make the quick cast to make the gate stone. Don't make the gate stone, and I die about a foot away from opening the chest to release the smoke, and I lose my gate. So all in one time, it was just awful. So yeah, just log back in real quick. I'm gonna have to edit that out so you guys can't see my username and my IP address. If you do get out of a world, just log back on the same one, and there's no harm done. So it's been 1 minute and 15 seconds, and I'm back in the floor now. I spam and click to pick my stuff back up, and at this point I'm just rattled. I wish I had this one recorded. I just said for the win, because there's nothing else to say. I have no idea what's going on now. Everyone's just like, did you DC? What's going on? And this is why I said in the last couple of floors that it's really important to make sure your GGS is somewhere useful. Like, fortunately for me, Carter realized, hey, I'll just drag the GGS so that when he does come back, people can just GT and we'll have a path, which is great for him. And this is why I was really thankful that I was with 4 people that I knew, because if I was just with randoms, they probably would have already left by this point. The reason I didn't just do the key door was because I assumed I'm 99 fire making, and I'm not sure if anyone else on this floor is, so I just assumed that the flammable door there would have been mine. But yeah, so as you can tell, I misclick a lot in this floor, and it's just because I'm not used to the sensitivity of the mouse. I didn't realize that when I switched from wired to wireless, it was just going to flip with the settings. So I'm just going to try to learn on this one now, because I know having a quicker speed is going to make it quicker floors. I think about this point I decided that, hey, you know, I'm just going to suicide it because I owe these guys a good time. Everyone was on board with this getting uploaded, so when they were wondering like if I DC'd or what was going on, I said you'll see tomorrow when I record a commentary for it. The only reason I didn't record live commentary for this one, and I'm kind of regretting it now, is because I just speed up the clip and I would have had sped up audio and it just wouldn't sound good. Like it wouldn't make any sense. It'd be chipmunk high pitched sounding stuff. So I just didn't record live. But if I did, you guys would have probably learned some new words, some Canadian ways to vent some frustration because I was pretty upset. And it was about 11:30 at night, and I'm in a rather small house, and I have an older brother and my parents all sleep on the same floor, and I have to be rather quiet at about 11:30 because they're all asleep. And it was just a Monday night or a Tuesday night, I mean, so uh, it wasn't like a Friday when everyone was out. I had to keep my cool. But yeah, that was definitely an interesting time. We get a little bit trolled here, and again, the crafting door slows us down. So the benefits of being a max account, I would just rip through this floor. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is nothing happening here? I'm not sure who actually was the 92 crafter or whatever, but Carter MGTs, which is great, good for him. So then I'm like, crap, I have to go regate my door. So I run back and regate it, and then they take care of that. Fortunately for me, the door wasn't too far away. And I think Gold Pent was double gated at this point. Like, I had the gate and so did someone else. But I wasn't really thinking straight at this point. I was just a little rattled. So yeah, I just regate and I go to check out the other door, which I should have. I was going to do it, and then I realized there's no way that this team would just let it go. They have it gated, or they know what's going on for sure, without a doubt. I definitely had the utmost faith in these guys. They did a fantastic job on this floor when the Kier DC'd, quote quote. But yeah, they did a great job. I'm not really sure about the binds. I know Carter is in Primal Plate Body and Primal Plate Legs, and he's like praying for a BN or a Hex to get rid of the legs for it. And I guess getting rid of the hood was the best thing to do. And Dan binded the Primal Battle Axe last floor because we had a YK boss, so he decided he'll give it a shot for the DPS. I didn't even bother telling him that the prompt unit is for sure better, because I don't quite believe it myself. I'm still they're really close in comparison, so I'm kind of on the fence about that still. As you can see, there's two people. I think it's Cheese Guy is the other one who's wearing Primal Plate Legs. And then Nightfury is 109 Dungeoneering, and this is the first video with Night in it, but as you can tell, everyone's a green dot on the screen, so they're all on my friend list. And Night uses a CSB with a Celestial Staff, and then has a Prompt 2-hand as a switch, which is great because in terms of being stuck with Forgotten Warriors, it speeds up it a lot. We get trolled, 1 of 4 farm door, great, not much we can do about that. I think we do end up making the pot. For this floor, it was worth making the potion because we were getting a fairly good time and there wasn't that many troll doors. The only real troll was me being an awful queue. We're going to see a couple more examples of me just screwing up in general. But since I'm suiciding, I just flip on turmoil to try to make up a little bit of time. But I'm just not having much luck on this floor at all. I got pretty excited when that all happened. But it still ended up being the second fastest floor that I've keyed. Which brings me to the point that the key plays a large role in the floor, on how the floor goes and expanding the floor. But I would say, even especially since the update, where everyone has access to the keys, so it's really a 5-man pathing system now, the key is growing less and less important. When the update first came out, everyone was thinking that, well, not everyone, but for sure that a lot of people were thinking that, hey, Keen's going to be dead. There's going to be no need to pay for suicides anymore because you don't need a key. You'll always need a leader in the floor, per se. It doesn't matter who the leader is. For example, in this floor, I know at least 3 of the people in here are keyers, including myself. Like, primary, majority of the time they key. I know I met Cheese and Carter because they keyed for me when I was about 90 Dungeoneering a while ago, and then I've just done a lot of floors with them since. But yeah, keyers are definitely not dead. You will need keyers. And I was on World 67 trying to get a team together to do this floor, and there's no one there. It's empty. All the high levels are rune spanning, and I don't blame them. I should be rune spanning as well, but I really wanted to get a floor uploaded today, and I lucked out and got this great content. Because if you want to know how to key, this is how you key. You X-log. You wait till you're 2 minutes into the floor, and then you just X-log, because it's a guaranteed sub 20 apparently. I have no idea how this happens, and it's the biggest troll because With Night in the floor 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago, we just couldn't break like 22 minutes or 25 minutes or something like that. And then she joins in this floor, and I DC for like a minute, and we still end up going 17, which is great. I ended up getting no XP because I have 0 prestige bonus, but it's great. It was really fun, and we lucked out with the boss too. The boss isn't too difficult, but we're gonna see. Here comes a little call and screw up. I should have been watching my rune count. I didn't realize how many cosmics I only had left. So I decided that I'm going to start suing the boss because I'm going to sue the floor, so why not start suing the boss, right? I think it is definitely quicker to have everyone in the boss room at the same time. Like if everyone's committed to bossing at the end of the floor when the floor is done. I don't have convincing evidence either way, but I think it is. I think it is quicker to do the floor and then come back here, but the paths are pretty limited. So I decided that I'd give the boss a chance and see if I can't knock off a good bit of damage on him. So I do a couple starts, and what I should have done here was I should have re-gated outside of the boss room. Why? Because I usually gate inside the boss room so I can not lose ticks when I tele back. And it's not because people are afraid to be in the boss room with the GT in the boss room. I don't mind that at all. But there was a door that was one to the southeast of me that wasn't open yet. And now that my gate is in here, if nobody had re-gated this area, then we wouldn't have been able to open that door until the boss was dead, and then we would have been stuck. And there's also, when you kill the boss, it takes like 5 or 10 seconds for you to be able to open the door because it still considers you in combat. So that would have been nice if I didn't screw that little bit up. Here I'm only able to buy 3 cosmic runes, which is not very good. Well, 3 pure essence to make cosmic runes. And instead of making them, I don't know why, I decided to tele out and maybe get some more money and then go back to HT and make more. I guess it makes sense. If I ended up doing that, it would have been great, but I don't. I help out with the GD, kill the neck, and then I run into a lucky drop. I find some rune essence just sitting on the ground. Ooh, right there. Grab the rune essence. And then I tele into the boss room. Why? Why did I tele into the boss room? Because now there's no gate. I can't re-gate it because I didn't make cosmics. And then I say good fight out of cosmics because I just totally screwed up. But once again, team to the rescue. Someone did have this gated, so it wasn't as big of a deal as I was worried it would be. But that could cost us a good minute just for me having to run back from HT, which was in the northwest corner. It was really inconvenient in comparison to the boss room. But as for the floor ending, we are going to go for the 13%, which is fine because there's only one potion door. It's not a big deal. At the higher levels, they don't go for the 13%, but you can get like 13-minute times. About 5 days ago, I'd say, Gruely did a couple keys for me, and we were doing 12, 13, 14-minute occults. They were really quick, but they were about 5%, and I was dying about 3 or 4 times, and I stood out as not the strongest Dungeoneer in comparison, which I was okay with. Like, it was fun. I've never been in like a 13, 12-minute occult before. That was cool. Like, it was good to get sub 15 experience, but it wasn't great XP, and I stood out as bad. I asked someone to MGTB just praying, and then I looked down and I said, oh, hey, look, someone actually did gate it down there, so hopefully I said MGTB in time that they would re-gate, even though it's a dead end down there, which generally won't happen, but fortunately with this team it did happen. So good on them. They did great. Hopefully they all got good XP for this one too, because the last 4 wasn't that great. But yeah, hopefully they, I don't, like, on the this is a question more so than knowledge, but on the final screen when it says who survives, even if it doesn't say survivor, like, it says 2 of these people were nothing special. I'm pretty sure they did a lot more than I did. So, and does that mean they didn't survive per se? I don't think so. We got lucky because it wasn't a full like 63 room dungeon, which does happen, and it sucks because it takes forever. And I don't think the GDs were that bad. Like, we got pretty light ones, and there weren't too many of them. There were quite a few enter pass, which was nice. I stick around here to open the door because 99 woodcutting. Might as well try it, right? Get trolled by the thing coming down, the bridge coming across. And I lucked out, actually. About 2 days after the release of the toolkit, I found a primal hatchet, so I bounded that instantly. So yeah, so here we come, we're at the boss, and on this boss, if you don't know, you just range parry. I think it's slash weak more than crush, so I switch, but I don't think it really makes a difference. When he says burn, best thing to do is just step off. Just take one step back, because if everyone takes one step back, it will be attracted to one person, and it will move off of the, I guess I want to call them circles that he produces. Um, Unlike in World 77, where the common thing to do is to just teleport out, there's no need. If you just cleanse the tombs, then you'll be able to make a nice little safe spot. So as you can see, two people, well, one person is cleansing both the tombs near the exit ladder. Then the ones in the middle are also being cleansed, which ensures that you'll have a nice little safe area to do it. So Knight's using Mage on this boss, and I'm actually curious to watch this back and see how hard it was hitting. Obviously not that hard because she switched. Um, yeah, and here I'm just finally get time to explain that I X-logged and I didn't DC, and they're like, wait, what? Why would you X-log? Just straight up, why would you do that? Thanks, Dan. That was needed. Why would I do that? No, I didn't do it on purpose. It was just not used to the DPI on the mouse because I switched, and it caused me to screw up multiple times in this play, and in the last one as well. And I didn't really figure it out until I was done. I turn on Wrath before I die there, hoping to just do a little bit of damage. But if you're damaged by the if your killing hit is by the things on the floor, you will not get Wrath damage, and you will not get Vengeance damage on the Gravekeeper boss, which makes sense. But it's just a little fact that can be helpful. So if you're suiciding and you want to do a Venge combo or you want to do a Wrath damage, make sure you're off the circles because it won't count in your favor. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Of course, as always. We beat the 10 subscriber mark yesterday, which is great. Hopefully this video is entertaining for you. It was a lot of fun to do, even though I ended up getting 11k XP from the floor. It was a lot of fun to do. I've never seen, well, being as I'm a fairly new keyer to sub 20. Probably done maybe 10 of them, 10 or 11 of them. Yeah, it was really cool to be able to X-log out and still get the sub 20. So we're just going to end the floor now. I get thanked for it, so thanks for your polite attitude. And 17 minutes, and I died a lot. We'll see in a second. Yeah, about 7 or 8 deaths and 11k XP. So thanks for watching. Bye.